Hi everyone, it's Nono Martinez Alonso here. One more time, this is live 105, and this is a live stream on creative artificial intelligence and coding. Let's get started. I would remind you that you can subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. I reserve this hour. I'm trying to come back at a weekly pace so I can play with new technologies and I can learn new things and also explain them to you, learn with you. All right, let's get started. I am gonna remind you that you can join the Discord server or community at none.mas/discord. And please let me know if you can hear me and you can see me okay on the chat, on the YouTube chat, if you're watching live. Last week, as I said, well, I didn't say that, but last week we opened season 4. So this is the second stream of the season, and I'm trying to recover my weekly stride, my weekly cadence. So I show up and we learn more things together. You can watch that none.mas/live/104, or you can simply go to YouTube channel and browse through the live streams. They're all sorted in order. One comment that we got from John Mark on the video is that he would like to see, because I was asking people for topics, and he was asking uh, that he would like to see large language models with index data, some knowledge base. He tried Llama 2 and Llama Index and some converter and used ChatGPT as a chatbot. The ultimate goal would be finding a way to build a decent chatbot with enterprise knowledge. So this, I guess, the context is being able to use private data to train a chatbot or some sort of large language model. Okay, so just wanted to acknowledge that's one of the topic suggestions that we got. Thanks, John Mark. And let's see, what are we gonna do today? I will say as a comment that I'm back to creating chapters manually because the laptop that I'm using right now doesn't allow me to record and stream with performance at the same time. So I'm just streaming, and I will get back at doing the chapters properly when I get my new laptop in a few weeks. And yeah, so what are we doing today? I have a few topics that I think are really interesting. One is prompt engineering, which is really hot and it is what mainly most people are talking about in relation with AI and LLMs, because it seems like we need to learn how to talk to ChatGPT, Bing, and DALL-E, and all these models that are being released, Llama, and all these things. So I want to put that topic. We can take a look at some things there. I don't have a lot of context, but I want to content, but I want to build up concepts and look at things as the live stream progresses. And then differentiable shapes, that's more, let's say, low level machine learning. I actually learned a lot about that topic through asking ChatGPT, because it can just give you knowledge and code examples instead of having to browse manually through papers. So we can also study and learn with ChatGPT, and also, of course, by looking at papers that cover these topics and going through the references. But as I said, that's a lot more tedious than just asking ChatGPT as if you were talking to somebody. So yeah, we're back at trying to set topics weekly and cover things. But as you know, this live stream is like really chaotic sometimes, and we just jump from one place to another. Okay, so let's start with prompt engineering. And this is basically, we don't really have many slides, as I said, not a lot of content, but prompt engineering is kind of this new discipline that is appearing, where you have to figure out what is the prompt, the input that you have to give these huge models, machine learning models, for them to give you the output that you want to generate the image, the text, or the functioning that you intend. And there are really specific ways in which you can do that with certain models. For example, um, with ChatGPT, for example, we saw last week awesome ChatGPT prompts, I think it was called. And that was a GitHub repo that listed many ways you can tell ChatGPT to act. And that informs different behaviors and different ways in which you're going to be able to interact with it. So let's move on. The only slide I have today here is context. So one thing to note is that GPT-4, I believe, compared to GPT-3, one of the big things is the context window that is called. So how many characters it takes as context, how many things it remembers that you have set to it. In GPT-4, if I'm not wrong, is 4,000 characters or tokens, which means roughly around 1,500 words. And that means that if you give some instruction to ChatGPT and your session runs really long, you'll notice that after some time, the chat is going to forget about those instructions, and you'll have to remind it to do that again. I asked this question to GPT-4 this morning, and it told me that the maximum context capacity is about 3,000 tokens, roughly equivalent to 1,500 words. And I'm gonna guess here that that might be because the other 1,000 tokens might be reserved for internal prompting that they're doing. So they have to set some boundaries and tell it things. And then I ask, will you forget what I said before that when I go over? And ChatGPT said that yes, if your input exceeds my maximum context, older parts of the conversation will be phased out and no longer be directly accessible to me. For longer interactions, reiterate or summarize key points if they become relevant again after they've been phased out of the immediate context. All right, so that is just one curiosity that I wanted to share here. We're going to use ChatGPT 4 for taking a look at some prompt engineering. We might take some snapshots to build a bigger deck or some other concepts moving forward. All right, so let's do some stuff here. I'm gonna write chapters here on the chat. So marker, and I'm gonna put here end of intro. Maybe, just maybe, that serves me later. I'm gonna try to do the markers through the YouTube chat right now to see if that helps me do that. All right, so let me put here a pin on the topic, and I'm gonna do here I'm gonna write another marker. What I'm gonna do right now is gonna be sketches. Okay, I want to briefly show, so I'm gonna open here sketch.nono.ma. So this is my personal blog where, as you might know already, I share a drawing with a little mini essay or blog post on Tuesdays. So you can subscribe at sketch.nono.ma, put in your email here. And I wanted to share two things that I'm trying to do, aiming at. So weekly slots, which is a write-up about trying to recover my schedule after some time on vacation, some sort of sabbatical or break. So I'm gonna try to set blocks of time. So for example, I have a table for Monday morning and afternoon, Tuesday, and all the days of the week, and what things am I gonna do every single week. For example, I do Pilates on Tuesday mornings, and that I know that is always gonna be there. So I'm gonna try to block slots of time for writing, for streaming, for editing podcasts, for working, for things like that. And that will compound in a repetitive schedule that hopefully I can maintain consistent. And I The main purpose of this is to have a dedicated time on my calendar for everything that I want to do. And yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, the main thing is that you can reserve time in advance, because that way you know that you have allocated the time and the focus, and the week is not going to slip away and you're not going to put time on that, right? It happens sometimes, but if you don't plan ahead, it's more likely to happen. And if it happens 1 week, it's more likely to happen 2, 3, 4 until you forget that you even did that, and that was part of your schedule. All right, so that's the first thing. And then for the second thing is planned themes. So this one talks about basically sketching and writing in a fairly loose way. So that means without structure and in a way that leads to many random things that can be interesting, but don't compound to one thing that builds up over time and creates a better artifact or better product, right? Or better content. And this happens with sketching, with like writing, with live streams, and many things. And you've probably seen it if you've been seeing the live stream, that there has been a compounding effect for some topics when we cover them through 1, 2, 3, 4, more than 1 or 2 live streams. And that has happened with like training and using pix-to-pix models, style gun, and some other things, because there is some planned themes that we've been covering, and I can also digest some of the best things and explain it in a slide format, right? Like with a presentation deck. So the thing here is that on top of those weekly slots, we would be looking at setting long-term goals. For me, I mean, here it says regarding what to sketch, right, and stuff, but I'm thinking also about live streaming. So can we set themes like prompt engineering, like differentiable shapes and other things here on the live stream, so we can actually have some continuity and build up toward better content. And I'm gonna end this section here. And sketches, it was really, I'm gonna put here, it was really about weekly slots and planned themes. All right, and that is things I'm writing there to the chat, so later we can take a look at them. All right, so let's put here marker prompt engineering, and we're not gonna open ChatGPT. Okay, so let's have some fun here. So let's let me open ChatGPT. Okay, there you go. So this is ChatGPT. Now in the plus version, that means that you're paying $20 a month. You get GPT 3.5 available for free and plus users, and GPT-4 available to plus users only. GPT-4 currently has a cap of 50 messages every 3 hours. Default, browse with Bing, and DALL-E. So now default actually allows you to access these two beta features right now. And the deal is now we can use DALL-E 3 included with plus plan to generate images in Bing. So ChatGPT searches the web. So you can actually do things that are not on the model, basically information. It can use information from outside of the model by searching the internet with Bing. Okay, so let's see. We were talking a bit about prompt engineering, and we looked at awesome ChatGPT prompt or something like that. I was trying to create my own prompting, and one of the things I did, so you can actually let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna do an experiment to try some of the things I've been trying outside of the live stream and see if this works. And we can say here, for instance, I want you to act as an image generator. I will um, right. Okay, so I will write the title of a character card from Bruno Faiduti's Ciudadelas, or let's say Citadel's year 2000 board game. You will accept a description of the prompt you're using as an input to DALL-E, let's say to generate the image, and you won't use my title as new prompts, except when I tell you something between curly brackets like this. Um, mm, mm, mm. The card should always include minions Carl and Phil as main characters, depicted in a context and background related to my title prompt. All right, let's see if there's anything. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one first and see if it works. There's some variation that I have saved that might work better. My first prompt is the programmer. All right, let's see what happens. So I've basically everything up to here is an instruction that tells ChatGPT how to act, and that's gonna be within the context for for as long. So the context window for as long as we don't go over 3,000 tokens around that, and what you will see is that the first prompt actually is this text that I wrote here. So, okay, so we got the first thing, and that's more or less what I was looking for, but not quite. So let's actually change some stuff. Maybe we can actually use what we said to tweak it. So the programmer, and I'm gonna give more instructions. Images, always 916 AR, illustration shown inside of a character card from Bruno Faiduti's Citadel's game. Okay, let's try that now. And the intention of this is that we can have some instruction generated for ChatGPT at the very beginning, and then we can just write like one word or like a few words, and all the instructions that we told it to do at the very beginning are happening all the time, so we don't have to repeat ourselves so much, right? If this one doesn't work, I'll bring okay, yeah, great. So now we got it, right? We took one tweak, we got what we wanted. So this now resembles a lot the format of the cards that we are basically trying to aim at. and this one would be the programmer card, right? Now we can write here the YouTuber, for example, right? Now I'm just writing one word or two words, right? The YouTuber, that's kind of like the main character. We've given it the instruction here that says, I'm gonna write the title of a character card. We describe the aesthetics and all that stuff with some other context that we put here and the aspect ratio of the image. And we are telling it, let's say here, um, you will not say anything as a description of the prompt to generate the image, and you won't use my titles as new prompts, except when I tell you something between curly brackets like this, right? So I've given it a prompt here in instructions between curly brackets, which is a really clever use that I learned from the repo that we shared last week. And let's see the YouTuber here. Oh, okay. That's pretty weird. It's a really nice image, but it kind of forgot about the instructions that we were talking about. That's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, that's one of the good images. Okay, so let me actually bring that. Let's actually build this here. Let me actually, okay, let's actually do what we, I'm gonna merge these two ones and I'm gonna start, so I'm gonna start a new chat here and I'm gonna try to see if this works. I want you to act as an image generator. I will, let me actually check something about the wording that worked pretty well other times. Okay, let me see here. Um, mm, mm, mm. Okay, this this here was the prompt that worked better. So I want you to act as an image generator. I will write the title of a game card I want you to create. You'll generate a variation of this prompt. A character from Bruno Faiduti Citadel's year 2000 game with a black border with the card title on top, a description. Okay, so actually this one already knows all that stuff, so it doesn't really need for me to tell it. One thing I've learned is that the simplest your prompt, if it works, the better. Because if you put too many constraints, it will use those pieces of your prompt for other things. So let's take actually this out because it actually understood what I was saying. The black border thing, I'm not really sure if we need. Player number, it's already there also. Two cute minions dressing as the main character. That you will only reply with the prompt variation you're going to use. Every image, unless I tell you otherwise. Okay, let's actually mix a bit from here. Every image, unless I tell you otherwise. Okay, I'm gonna put here, you won't use my titles as new prompts, except when I tell you something between curly brackets like this. Every image in 9/16 AR, including the minions, Carl and Phil. My first prompt is, okay, so let's put here the YouTuber. Let's put the YouTuber, and I will say every image in AR. Okay, I will write the title of a game character card I want you to use, blah blah blah. Okay, let's try this. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna actually go and open a new chat again, and we're gonna put our prompt here. And what we'll do is just click generate. When we create a new chat, we ensure that we're wiping out the context. I've seen that you can actually tell ChatGPT, like, say, forget about everything I said before, and supposedly it also deletes the context. But as you'll see, if you try it a lot, that there is like some things that might come from the top, right? Okay, the YouTuber. All right, so that's Carl and Phil, YouTuber. There's things that, for example, it includes the name of the author of the game, which I didn't say, but you can tell it not to try. So now we've set this up, and just with this prompt, kind of unlocks the creation of these type of cards. And what we're gonna do now is that we can say many things that are really cool. So, for example, we can say the explorer, and in between, let's actually, before we, well, let's do this. So we have the initial prompt, so we can create a new chat if it starts failing. The explorer, and I can say now, um, da, 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 style as, or like, yeah, style as the ruins of Arnak. So this, I'm not even sure if I need to do this, the explorer. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is we have this initial instruction. So it's basically the instruction that tells ChatGPT how to work for us. And what I'm doing now is giving it more instructions in those curly brackets. And those instructions now, what I've said is in the style of the ruins of Arnak, which is actually, I just realized is wrong, but it will understand it. It's a board game, a different board game that has some sort of design aesthetic. And because it knows about it, it knows about the images that are on the web and the descriptions on blog posts and things like that, maybe even the instructions of the game from a PDF, it can infer what type of style, what type of graphics we want. And I will expect another card with like some sort of jungle or like something in the background that is like a temple or something like that, and two explorers. But sometimes these things fail. Yeah, exactly. So I've seen this before, and this worked pretty well. The game is called The Lost Ruins of Arnak, so it's not even written properly, but this worked pretty well. And you can see it just makes up the background for with some things, but yeah, this works really well. Let's try that again. So we can say here the, for example, the Romans style, to do, or we can put here the Greeks, and we can say da, da, da. So one sec. Okay, the Parthenon in the background, minions, Carl and Phil. Well, let's put here minions dressed as ancient Greeks. Right, so here we're building and we're adding up instructions from things that ChatGPT knows. So you might not imagine it, but it has knowledge of the Parthenon in the background, right? The Parthenon, it knows that that's from Athens, and it knows it's the famous landmark. And minions, it knows I'm referring to the minions and ancient Greek. So that's the clothing that they had, right? All right. And now it's changed a bit the aesthetic of the card, adding like Greek flags and some other aesthetic. And yeah, so it's, I don't really know if this thing here, it's actually being used for later, but we can't really know. So I just know that these two, this and this, are really similar from the initial prompt. Let's try, actually, let's try forget everything I said before and start with a clean context. Let's see what it says. Of course, we can start fresh. Please feel free to share what you need a system with next. And I just put this thing again, and I'm going to put here so, and I will I will say also, if you're live right now, I would really like if you say hi in the chat and maybe you give us some ideas on what other illustrations to generate next. All right, so now we need to find a different thing here, so different activity. So maybe one thing I tried before is the urban sketcher. And as I said before, the simplest your prompts are, many times the better, because it will just make up things. But if you want something really specific, you can actually add a lot of detail and it will try to understand you and go for that. All right, let's see. Okay, and one thing that nice, this the urban sketch, and it tries, it's not great with the letters, but it kind of works. Nice. Surprise. Like let's do one thing now. So we actually try this one again. I'm gonna add the loss. That doesn't really make a lot of difference. I'm gonna try it again. And with this, I want to say there is like a huge amount of impact that in the generation of these images is the random seed. That's the initial value that creates the random noise, I believe, for the diffusion process in DALL-E, and that we don't have control over. We can't really set the noise value. All right, yeah, so we get something here. And just 2 days ago, I think DALL-E was letting us ChatGPT was showing two images for the generation. They just reduced it, probably because so many people are using it. And what seed value did you use to generate that last image? I would really like to control. Yeah, okay, so that's it. And would you let me tell you what about, so, okay, so is that true? Can we generate more? Could we use this seed number to generate more images to? You see, so it actually is explaining for us, right? The seed value in image generation, like the one in DALL-E, ensures the repeatability of the image generation process. Having the context DALL-E functionality, there is a direct way for users to input a specific seed number for generating images. The seed numbers are generated internally automatically by the system for each image generation request. So while the seed number is a key part of how the image is generated, you can use it to generate more images directly through this interface. Each new image request will have its own unique seed number assigned. Each new request. Okay, so if we go to, let me go here into OpenAI's API. Let me go and log in really quickly. All right, and I'm simply trying to edit something here. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm looking for the list actual API. And let me see. Okay, so this is OpenAI's API. If you go to Systems Playground, fine tuning API keys, images. Text description design, the maximum length is for DALL-E 2 is 1,000 characters, and for DALL-E 3 is 4,000 characters. Model, the model is for generation and style. Even through the API, we can't really set a seed. Okay, and I can't even specify a seed number through OpenAI's API. Okay, I don't know what's happened, but the UI just changed. What? Sure, what happened there? I don't know what's happened, but I think they just pushed a UI change here. Maybe. Okay, so no seed generation. Okay, so we can't really, it seems, use a okay, yeah, I'm not sure, but it seems like it doesn't. Available models, probably DALL-E 3 and DALL-E 2. Maybe we can look at the costs. Where is the pricing? And for those of you who are connecting live, I'll invite you to say hi on the chat and let us know where you're connecting from. Okay, so where is the pricing in this thing? I always forget. Assistant API. All right. Okay, 1 second. Hello, do hold sec. Yeah, it says hi from Germany on the chat. What are you planning, mate? Yeah, I don't know. We're here playing around with prompt engineering and looking at DALL-E image generation on ChatGPT 4. I'm trying to look for the pricing. Usage tiers. All right. All right. So GPT-4 Turbo, 4 cents for yeah, $1 per 1,000 tokens, $3 Vision. Haven't tried ChatGPT Vision. Okay, fine-tuning models, embedding base models. I want to see DALL-E image models. DALL-E 3 HD standard. 8 cents per image. 4 cents per image. 2 cents per image. Okay, I guess that's not cheap, but you know, it's pretty good for what it does. OpenAI Cookbook. I've never seen this interface before. That's pretty cool. This novel demonstrates how to use ChatGPT's visual capabilities with a video. ChatGPT 4 doesn't take videos as input directly, but can use vision as the new 128K context window to describe the static frames of a whole video at once. We'll walk through examples using GPT-4 to get a description, and note that this is November 6th, we're November 9th, so this is really new. Generate a voiceover for a video with GPT-4 and the TTS API. That's crazy. Oh wow, this is crazy. So ChatGPT can now watch a video and give you a title and a description for it. Generate a voiceover from a video with GPT-4 and the TTS API. Let's create a voiceover for this video in the style David Attenborough using the same video frames we prompt GPT to give us. I'll include the narration. In the vast wide expanse of the winter landscape, a drama unfolds that is as timeless as it is raw. Here in the cradle of nature's. This is crazy. MP3 voiceover. All right. I've tested the API GPT-4 Vision pretty good. So what have you done with it? The whole sec? I haven't had time to try it. All right. So I'm gonna try. If I play this, you may hear it, but I'm not gonna hear it. So I don't have headphones here. All right, let's try.
In the vast, white expanse of the winter landscape, a drama unfolds that is as timeless as it is raw. Here, in the cradle of nature's harshest trials, a pack of gray wolves has singled out a bison from the herd. A desperate struggle for life and sustenance is about to begin. In a carefully orchestrated assault, the pack encircles their quarry, each wolf keenly aware of its role. Muscles tense and breaths visible in the frigid air, they inch closer,
Okay, I think we both could hear it. That's pretty cool. I'll put the link of this here. Marker, we just saw an overview of GPT Vision. Okay, and that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I wonder how long until a tool like Descript puts that on their own. Right, and here's like so this is the DALL-E Open AI API image generation. I'm gonna put this as well there for anyone who wants to take a look. Okay, so I was here before and we were just writing characters. So maybe we can put here what other things? I'm gonna put here the student themed as ancient Italy. And I still think it's a bit crazy that it knows when I'm just talking to it or when I'm asking for something directly, if it implies it. And also, what's really cool is that while we were streaming, OpenAI swapped the interface, and for some reason now we have the new UI, which we didn't have at the beginning of the stream. So that's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. Okay, and it's creating images. Not sure how many. Also, just one. The student. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. That's true. Let's put here the the snowboarder. But you see, it still remembers that the instructions I gave it, and all these things that are here. All right, so I'm gonna put here the 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 hospital, um, district card on Citadels, still with card and field minions. There's no braid there. Yeah, there you go. You have the card. Keeps going, keeps generating. And as I said before, it was allowing us to generate like two of them. DALL-E initially generates four in the website version. And actually, I'm gonna check again. Again, I'll put a reminder if you are online with us right now. I will really encourage you to give me a thumbs up and like this video if you're enjoying, and to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. And if you're watching this offline, please leave a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future and what things you're enjoying and which you're not. All right, so let's take a look. Yeah, so there you go. The hospital, blah, blah, blah. And there's some other images there. And now I'm going to do the castle. Generate multiple variations. And this might tell me can only generate one. I've seen that before. Okay, so that's good if it doesn't tell us. All right, so this is just one thing that I wanted to show. Another thing like I was trying that is pretty cool is that I can look here for old post old movie posters, right? So if we Google this and we just take a look at what's here from history, let's find some style that we like. Um, mm, mm, let's say this one, right? This is King Kong 1933. You go, the castle, the castle. There you go. And it has some stuff there. Okay, so I'm gonna put here now a different thing. So we're gonna put here the surfer, but we're gonna say in the style of the 1933 King Kong movie poster. So I'm gonna try to see, like, supposedly this style is gonna be the style that is now applied to that card, but with the instructions that we had before. And you know, sometimes the instructions we give might change a lot the result of what we're really doing. But yeah, this is just a way to try to let's say create these illustrations in a nice way, right? Okay, so we're gonna put here. I'm gonna also put here the warrior in the style of Seven Wonders. And I still don't know. This didn't really work as I expected, but what I don't really understand, there's some things that make make these images be rotated. I don't fully understand. That's happened also with another one we had before. This one is pretty cool. This one I think is pretty neat, and this one I liked a lot as well. But again, when you give it some, yeah, there you go. So the warrior configurability, now it's kind of like deriving into other styles again that are not exactly what we told it initially. So we can go and reset and say, okay, we're gonna give you the same prompt here, the warrior design. So in the style, all right, and that will be another prompt. Okay, so let's wrap up here. So I'm gonna put here and chat GPT DALL-E 3 image generation. So this is what we're finishing up now here. And I think we've been streaming for almost an hour now. So I will open, while we're here, I will open the Discord server, and I'll show you, for those of you who are not there, we have this server with a few channels here, some people around, and I'll invite you to join. You can join at nono.mas/discord. There's an invite. You have it also on the video description, and you can write here. I write on the live channel when I'm gonna go live, and there's some other things you can suggest topics, share your work, and do some other things. All right, so you see now this one is mixing a bit that some of the cards in this game are square, but also has the border on some of the characteristics of the other one, right? The other one that we saw before. Yeah, but yeah, I think some of these are super, super neat and pretty cool. Kind of like this one. And you know, the last comment is like with prompting, really what you're doing is writing a set of structure or like a set of words that um, kind of embed a certain character or a certain properties of an image. So I'm gonna paste here a description that I tried to do of my appearance. And I'm gonna paste it on the same context. So here I'm gonna put let's say the programmer I'm just gonna put that. So this description is kind of the minimal set of things that sometimes makes it look like my appearance more or less. But there's more that I could craft, more adjectives, more ways of working, more ways of explaining that I could guess how it understands these words, right? So for prompt engineering, inputs for models like DALL-E, image generation, and these things. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not great, but I mean, maybe you think it resembles. Um, make another variation now with now set up in a YouTube streaming studio. And what I'm gonna do now, so I'm gonna go. Let me go here and look for a profile image for myself, just to do something here. All right, and I'm gonna drop that image now into DALL-E, and I'm gonna do something that is probably gonna be useful. Let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, I mean it works. Um, All right, so this one's especially cool. This one's especially nice. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna attach an image here, and when I attach that image, I'm gonna ask it to describe the person on the image. So it will give me adjectives and words that might help me make the result more like myself, right? Let's write the prompt here. Please describe in great detail. Ha, that's pretty nice. Um, in great detail, the person in this profile picture, and suggest what I should tell DALL-E 3 to generate images of a similar person. Okay, so now I'm going to add here. So let me actually bring this image. I'm gonna open it and we're gonna send it. This card is it's pretty cool. Yeah, so maybe I'm not sure we can share this directly in here. Probably have to copy that, right? All right, let's see what it did. So it says the person in the profile picture has a cheerful and friendly appearance. They have a full head of dark, very curly hair and well-defined short beard and mustache that frame their smile. Their eyes are warm and expressive, possibly hazelnut in color, matching the warm tones of their hair. They have a prominent, slightly hooked nose. Slightly hooked. Haha, there you go. And a warm complexion. The individual is wearing a simple, plain white round-neck t-shirt, which suggests a casual style. The background is minimal and monochromatic, highlighting the person's features. For DALL-E to generate images of similar person, you could describe the individual as having a joyful expression with a bright smile, dark, very curly hair, a short, neatly trimmed beard and mustache, warm hazelnut color eyes, prominent, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're gonna do here the YouTuber, and we're gonna put here these words, see what comes in the other end. I mean, the goal is that you can get an image and without using that image as an input to DALL-E, because it doesn't let us do that in this interface. Well, maybe it does create variations of an image that I input here, because DALL-E has that API, but I don't know if they let us do that through this interface or when there are human faces on it. Let's actually try with one of these images that we just generated. Let's try to generate variations of some of these images. Okay, let's see, creating images. Which one should we try? Should we try this one, for example? Yeah, let's try that one. Okay, so let's go here. Ha! That's what I understood, right? All right. More or less, I mean, the hair looks pretty cool. Skin color, I'm not that tan, I guess. But it's maintaining the overall thing of this theme, right? Okay, so yeah, I mean, that works. Like, we could say make his skin make his skin a bit lighter. Let's see if it does that. It's taking a bit to generate image to image. I think. Oh, what's going on? It's pretty cool. Illustration. Okay, so this is extracting a description from an image and then generating with those words. But this didn't work pretty well. I have some other examples that I've used that work well. Okay, and what we said, we're gonna upload an image. So, and I'm gonna try to generate a variation. All right. All right, let's drag this to my desktop and go here. Nice. I mean, these are really nice aesthetics. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so let's do let's do I'm not sure. Maybe it does that automatically, but maybe only with images that it has generated automatically. Okay, so the other topic that we had here that I wanted to cover was differentiable shapes. I don't think we're gonna have too much time to spend on that, but I'll show through DALL-E, I'll show some of the ideas, some of the things that of what I was thinking for that topic, because I think it's pretty cool. Again, I'll take a second to say that if you're new, I would love, or if you're not new, if you're connecting with us now, I will invite you to say hi on the chat and tell us where you're connecting from. Give me a like if you're enjoying this type of content, and make sure to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. Also, in the comments or on the live stream or something, I would really appreciate if you let me know if you're seeing any ads during the video, if they bother you a lot, or if it's normal as in other YouTube videos, because YouTube has changed monetization and ads recently, and this is working. I don't really know how it works in your end. Okay, so let's see. This is a variation. Now it's the urban sketcher, but it does look like the other person, so that's pretty cool. Nice. Okay, so let's actually do what I said I was gonna do. So I'm gonna take this image and create variations of this image, turning the person uh, into a game card as described above. This, I have a sense that this is not gonna work, but let's see, because this, something similar to this didn't work the other day, but I'm not sure if they're changing or if I phrase things in a different way that now do work. I don't really know. Let's see. Oh, creating images. Is that gonna be that easy? I mean, if this is doable, this is a game changer. I think I can open a different chat, not for images, but for the other thing that we're gonna do now. Ha! That is pretty cool. Well, is this from scratch? Because I told it to get the urban sketch as described, so it's taking. Nice, that's pretty cool. Okay. Um All right, so let's start a new chat then. I really want to try this now. Okay. Right, let's try that. So we're getting a new chat from scratch. Again, this image, and through the here, my eyes is completely brown. Hazelnut. And yeah, let's see what it does. Creating images. Right, so this works well. Pretty crazy. Okay, so as you can see, I get hooked by image generation because I like ChatGPT can now browse the web, analyze data, and generate images. This capability now built into GPT-4. No need to select them. Available for Plus users. Right. Where's my image? Okay, so we're gonna get an image here and error creating image. Huh, okay. Okay, so while that image is generating, I'm gonna try something here. So we're going to say, what is explain differentiable shapes in the context of machine learning. Okay, I apologize, but it appears that there is a persisting issue. We generate this image at this time. Try again later, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do get this image and generate from here. Let's see if it is able to generate a variation of that. And there is some weird thing with this prompt, but we'll keep trying. All right, so explain differentiable shapes in the context of machine learning. Okay, we started differentiable shapes. In the context of machine learning refers to a concept that combines the fields of computer graphics and deep learning. Traditional shapes in computer graphics, such as those used in 3D modeling, are represented in a fixed and non-differentiable manner. This means that small changes in the shape parameter do not correspond to small changes in the shape representation, making it hard to apply gradient-based optimization techniques. So gradient-based, like we can see, for example, in backpropagation, there's an issue with DALL-E, and it seems that is something that has happened right after they updated to the new version or something, but not sure. Let me see if I create a new chat without any of this. See if that works. There's a new option here I haven't seen. It's called Explore. Explore. Imagination, data analysis. What? All right. What? It's pretty cool. This is pretty neat. All right, so maybe, yeah, there's no enough time to try all these things. Create a GPT custom average for a specific purpose. Wow. Okay. This Cousin Presto. Hello there. Hello. Where are you connecting from? Nice to see you around, and thanks for saying hi. Okay, so I think this new version of GPT, which was just released, create a GPT. Thanks says, then I really saw someone doing tech-related streams on YouTube. Really? Okay, maybe that's me. So I will I will invite you to not that one. Yeah, to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. Yeah, we're always doing tech stuff here. So programming, AI, machine learning, design, automation, that kind of stuff. Where are you connecting from? Yeah, I wanted to try this thing. So let me actually just copy that same prompt that I had here. Okay, so that's working. So the variations are not working. All right. I just want to paste that here just to see what it does. I think, yeah, these things are about to make like the website scene change completely, because we have all these automatic processing things that can be done now that couldn't be done before, and this is, yeah, this is gonna change. It's changing everything. I mean, just seeing these GPTs here, these things are pretty cool. Keep in sidebar. What is that? Oh, sticker with. Nice. Here's the sticker I designed inspired on the character that you mentioned. I'd like it to be a die cut sticker. Is that how they're called? Die cut? Die cut stickers. Yeah, die cut. No, no. The sticker is a die cut who, which is cut to the silhouette of the car of the characters. How does it feel using GPT-4 instead of GPT 3.5? I heard it message. Limit is the truth. Yeah, there is a message limit, and I haven't really run into the message limit for GPT. I have for DALL-E for the image generation. Let's see what this does. All right, data analysis. I really want to try this data analysis thing. All right, I think we're gonna leave the differential geometry for another day because I want to take a look. Drop any files and I can help analyze and visualize your data. I did have some sort of markdown generator for my blog, and so it's a collection browser, but we can do collection markdown, I think. Nice. All right, so so this is gonna be so this is like 105, 105, and I'm gonna do here sketch nono mother markdown, paste everything. I did the worst I could, pasting text in this thing. All right. Right, so this document is publicly available. It's my blog, and it is a file that weighs 347 KB. I don't think this is a problem for this. I'm gonna attach my data. Here are all the blog posts of my uh, here are all the posts of my blog. Let's see. Great, you've uploaded your blog posts. How can I assist you with them? Would you like a summary, analyze a specific topic? What is the overall theme of these essays? And again, for anyone who's online with us right now, I'd love if you say hi in the chat and you let us know where you're connecting from. Searching my knowledge. Okay, so what we're looking at as an update is that ChatGPT just added recently, I'm not sure if it's today or before, but these GPTs, so these general purpose transformers, and they let me see, maybe this is just DALL-E. Okay. This is thinking. Okay, let's see my data, the data analysis of my my blog. Based on the content visible so far in your blog posts, the overarching theme seems to center on productivity, personal development, creativity, and the integration of technology into these areas. You explore various aspects of creative work, like drawing, writing, and streaming, and discuss tools and methods to optimize these processes. Additionally, there seems to be a focus on the impact of new technologies like AI and digital devices on everyday life and work habits. The essays touch on topics such as the benefits of planning and setting goals, the importance of discipline and setting time aside for creative activities, embracing constraints as a means to foster creativity, the effects of technology and digital tools on productivity, creative work, philosophical musings of the nature of creativity and the need for human input in an increasingly automated world. If you can provide the entire content of or more of it, I can give a more comprehensive overview of the themes present. Would you like me to further analyze? Okay, what title would you give this publication? And Kusim Presto says he's from Indonesia, or he or she. I don't really know. Given the themes, creativity in the digital age, the productive muse, digital cameras, these are all like super, like always the same thing, and it's not. Okay. Can you produce similar mini essays in the style of my blog posts? To tailor these mini essays closely to the style of your existing blog post, it would be helpful to read a bit more of your content. This would allow me to understand your tone, writing, and specific interests better, without diving at them to mimic a general style. The things you mentioned, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand. I mean, I gave it all the content. I'm not sure if it just wants a lot more. Does this have everything? Yeah. It's already 47,000 words. The blank canvas is a realm of infinite possibilities. A single stroke and birth, light, and shadow give rise to color and form in the hands of an artist. Tools are an extension of will, translating thought into visual splendor. Yet, as we enter an era where algorithms aspire to mimic the artist's intuition, we're compelled to ask, what is the essence of creativity? Technology has gifted us with new mediums, digital brushes that paint in pixels, software that shapes sound, and code that weaves interactive tapestry. These tools have transformed the landscape of creation. GPT being a GPT. Yes. Okay, so what else we got? Okay. Okay, so this is a bit more like distraction. Let's see. For this one, I actually am interested in. Pretty cool. I really, I really want to show. So let's see. Generate a. So what is a YouTube? Well, generate a 16:9 AR YouTube thumbnail featuring the main character in this image in a YouTube streaming studio. Let's see if DALL-E can do this. I mean, I've added this image. Let's see if it can do something with it. I just want to finish trying with that to see if it can manipulate images that we upload. And for next phases, I actually think, let me actually browse through here. Let me see. I cannot search in my history. Do. Cannot really find it. And these still generating images. Hey Rob, how's it going? We're here playing with ChatGPT. I will prepare some content regarding differentiable shapes, but here I'm gonna ask implement a vector, so a neural network that can okay, So this is what we really want, right? Learn how to implement a vectorizer neural network that can rasterize and differentiate simple shapes. That's pretty cool. I mean, if we make him look a bit more like me, um, I could use something like this as a thumbnail for a new season. Anyway, I'm gonna lurk for a bit. Have a nice stream. Thanks, and make sure that you show up on Discord. You have a. I'll send an invite here. None of the mass last Discord in case you want to join. You can chat with us there, and I'll pop a message when I'm gonna go live next. And feel free to suggest topics because I'm really flexible and open on what to look at. And yeah, so for everyone, what I'm trying to do here is spend some time doing techie stuff with AI coding and design, and I'm trying to get back at streaming every Thursday around this time. Okay, so this one is a really good one. Save it. It's pretty cool. So can we actually just expand the image as to expand the image? And I'll say hi everyone that's connecting live. I would really appreciate if you say hi on the channel. Let us know where you're connecting from today. Okay, let's try and take a look here. That's pretty neat. That's pretty nice that it generated this image just from that other input image. So I guess I can upload other images, but it's taking really long now, and I don't know why it is. I don't really know. Okay, so let's take a look at this before we go. And I'm gonna do one thing because I know I'm gonna forget later. This is at Nono Math Live 105. Let's just edit the text. All right, so what I want to put here is what we did today. So this is going to be, hi, Brian Muigai. Where are you connecting from? Thanks for saying hi, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, so the title for this stream is going to be DALL-E 3 prompt engineering. So this is DALL-E 3 prompt engineering. Did we do more than that? Oh, I wrote something before that was, yeah. I'll leave that for now. Nice. These are completely different style than before. Not sure why. Okay, so what I was talking about here is the topic I'd like to cover in the future is neural networks that can rasterize and differentiate simple shapes, right? The network should take parameters of shapes like position, type of shape, size, as input and output a rasterized image of the shape. Well, that's the initial input layer, right? What we actually want is the opposite, right? How can I not search through my history? I don't understand that. I'm I'm looking for a network that can vectorize shapes from raster images. You're interested in a neural network that can vectorize shapes from raster shapes, essentially performing the reverse of rasterization. This process involves converting pixel. Yeah, there was it was, the keyword was inverse graphics, right? Inverse graphics is you usually go from a vector to a raster, but we want to go from a raster to a vector. And there is another, I mean, there are many, but it's like if you have a synthesizer, you want to go from like some instructions to sound, but there is like the reverse of it that is basically trying to go from the sound to infer what the notes are and what you need to synthesize, right? And that can be done also with 3D, for example. You have a human or you have an object and you want to like read that or maybe see an image of it and create a 3D model. Whereas in rendering, you have a 3D model and you create a raster of it. So this is inverse graphics for what I just explained, right? We're not gonna go through this right now. My brain is not working anymore. Um, ah, okay. So let's actually start. Like, what type of network? I let me actually try to search through my history here. Okay. Aha. I found it. Let me rename this. I know you're not seeing anything yet, but you will. Okay, I got it. Wasn't that hard after all. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT explain differentiable inputs in a neural network, right? And it says that those are inputs that can be subjected to differentiation. That's the important part. That means that they can go through something that's called gradient descent, and they can be back propagated through neural networks. Differentiable inputs are not just limited to the initial data fed into the network. They can also refer to parameters within the network that are subject to optimization, like in GANs, some reinforcement learning models, or even the input can be parameter that the model learns to optimize. The idea is by knowing the gradient, the neural network can adjust its weights and biases in the direction that minimally decreases the loss function, therefore improving its performance. This notion is differentiability, central to backpropagation, the algorithm most commonly used for training neural networks. By being able to differentiate the loss function with respect to each weight and bias, the algorithm can efficiently find the optimal parameters for the neural network. What are examples of differentiable versus non-differentiable inputs? Differentiable and non-differentiable. So we got here differentiable, real numbers, images, represented as an array of pixels, text when tokenized and represented as embeddings, time series data. Real valued sequences are often differentiable functions, activation functions like relu, sigmoid, tan, etc. non-differentiable inputs and operations, categorical data, discrete values, logical operations, sign function, blah, blah, blah. How can I represent vector data in a differentiable way? Representing vector data in a differentiable manner usually involves encoding it such that it can be smoothly processed by neural networks. Normalization, embeddings, one-hot encoding, autoencoders, data augmentation, blah, blah, blah. What would it mean to create a differentiable drawing model? Creating a differentiable drawing model means constructing a model for generating drawings that is amenable to gradient-based optimization. Differentiable input representation, operations, and output. And I'm gonna take a look at this more detail, but we don't have time right now. And this was the key question I think I did. It was types of differentiable drawing modes, rasterizer, path optimization, paint simulation, automatic sketching, style transfer, and inverse graphics. And I asked about, tell me more about inverse graphics. We can do for shape recovery in the 3D geometry of objects in the scene, material estimation, lighting, camera properties, blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot more here, but I'm just passing through really quickly. I want to learn about inverse graphics in the context of vectorization with raster images. Differentiable rasterization. The idea here, this is the idea that I want to uncover, so we can write like a vector network, something that can vectorize. And you know, we've seen papers on the live stream that cover this thing already, but I want to learn how to actually implement it. The idea is to have a rasterizer that is differentiable so that gradients can flow back from the raster space to the vector space. This enables optimization of vector parameters to best match the given raster image. A loss function measures how well the rasterized version of the current vector-based estimate matches the original raster image. The goal is to minimize this loss. Shape and attribute recovery. In addition to the geometric outline, attributes like color, stroke, width, and even texture could be recovered in a differentiable manner. And now here we start. It's like, show me how I could start a differentiable rasterizer. It actually starts outlining a network that we could code, how we could train it, and things like that. It tells me you would need a rasterizer and a vectorizer, and I say, try to implement the rasterizer and the vectorizer yourself. Blah, 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 quite involved, but I say, okay, let's go. Differentiable rasterizer. Different, and here is a vectorizer. A very simple neural network to predict the endpoints of the line segment given a rasterized image. Training loop, blah, blah, blah. And I keep going. Differentiable rasterizer. Yeah, so what I want to do is go through this, find actually the steps we need to do to code a differentiable rasterizer, and take a look at that. And here, actually, at the very end, we find that you show me vector net to calculate the endpoints of a line. Can you write variations of that net for other types of geometry? Actually, it wrote circle net, it wrote ellipse net, it wrote Bezier net, enhanced circle net, enhanced ellipse net, blah, blah, blah. And these I'm gonna save. I'm gonna share this chat with myself, and I'm gonna copy the link, and I'm going to save that for next. ChatGPT, what is it? Differentiable rasterization and vector nets. Look at that. This is pretty awesome, right? They generated this image. That's pretty cool. All right. Go here. Great. Okay. um, I think this is it for today. I think I've learned a lot. I really like this card. We might use this on the live stream from now on. And yeah, so I hope you liked it. I hope that you come back and that you have enjoyed this time and can collaborate, also contribute to the community. As always, I've had a lot of fun. I'm going to do a quick outro here. Marker, outro. Okay, a quick reminder before we go. If you're not there yet, join the Discord community at None of Them Masters Discord, say hi, and yeah, I hope that you learn and that you contribute as much as you can. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time, and I'll remind you, if you're not there yet, to subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. This was Nono Martinez Alonso here. I'm going to try to show up as many Thursdays as I can, as many weeks as I can, and we'll do live streams other days of the week if we are not streaming on Thursdays. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this offline or even if you're here now. Let me know in the comments what you thought, what you liked from this episode, what you think we could see next, what things you're learning on your own, maybe things that don't have anything to do with tech and AI and other things. And yeah, go be creative. Thanks for being there. I hope to be also editing and releasing some Getting Simple episode podcasts in the near future. Have a lot of projects in mind, and yeah, let me stop this thing. We're still there. So yeah, bye everyone. Don't forget to leave a comment. It will make me really happy.